Let's look at a quick and fast trading strategy that you can always depend on day in, day out. I'll be backtesting everything for you now so you can see exactly how it works, after which we're going to check on our current chart, and then just to confirm everything, we're going to storm into some live trades and see the results of this strategy. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, so this is what we're having currently, right? So you can literally just see we're looking at it on XAUUSD, but you can use it on any chart that you want. The principles are just the same. Now, the very first thing I want to look at for is what I call my base trend. So I'll name that my base trend for the meantime, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Now, by the way, I'm looking at this stuff and I'm just backtesting this stuff on the 3rd of October, just something very recent, so it's not like so long ago. Okay, so this is what we're having. Now, if I check out this stuff like this, I map out my base trend just around the zone. This is what I'm having, right? This is what I'm having. Okay, let me just adjust that to make sure that everything is good. And let me just push this to the bottom a little bit further. Good. Now, this is actually my base trend. It's pushing towards the top nicely, right? No issues. Now, what do I notice? The chart is pushing up first, second touch, and then it got to the zone, and then I started noticing kind of like some depression around the spot, right? So if I try mapping that out just like this, just try mapping that out just like this, this is what I should be having, right? So I should be having something like this. So the chart's pushing up, my normal base trend, after which it started creating a formation like this. You can see that, tapped on the zone, tapped, and then pushed up and things like that, right? Good. Now, this is my base trend, right? This is actually the cut of my trend. That's where the trend actually ended. It kept descending like this, just like you're seeing, right? After which everything actually just got cut off, right? Good. Now, just around the zone. Now, the remaining aspect of this, my chart here, is what I call my trend extension, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to concentrate only on my trend extension because I already know where my base trend ends. It ain't around this spot, right? So I'm just going to continue my trend extension from anything around this spot, right? Good. So what am I having now? I'm having that my chart is pushing towards the top on an uptrend already, right? So all I'm doing, all I'm looking at for, I just buy. So what I'm going to look at for next is a major rejection on my chart. So the chart should create a major rejection because it's already on an uptrend. It continues pushing towards the top just like that, right? Good. So what am I seeing now around this spot? I can see that there is a major rejection around this spot already, right? I want the chart to push up, which should happen naturally, after which I want the chart to come back to this major rejection. I can see that the chart actually did just that. It actually crashed towards the bottom, just around this spot, right? Just around this spot, tapping my zone, meaning that now everything is actually clean. What you can do is to take another trend line, map out the zone where this stuff actually used in dropping back towards the bottom like this, which should be something around the zone, right? Just something around the zone, right? Good. Something like this. Good. You can see it, right? So this is the candlestick. It kept dropping down to tap the zone. Now, if I map this stuff out, anytime that a candlestick closes above this my region, I can easily just go into the trade. And let's check it out now on what is happening currently as we're speaking on our chart. This is now the 8th of October. As you can see, right? The 8th of October. Now, by the way, we actually just left this trade not so long ago. I think just like 3 hours ago or 3-4 hours, 3 hours ago, maybe, right? We actually just left this trade just now, not so long ago, right? Now we held this trade from yesterday through to today, and we're out of the trade, right? This particular trade. I'll try dropping screenshot or something around so you can just see it, right? And now we're trying to look at it again now. Good. Now, so what am I doing now? I'm using the exact same principle again. First, I'm looking for my base trend, which I can see just started from around this range. Now I have my base trend. Good. The next spot. Now, having looked at that, the next thing we're trying to do now is to look for where the chart actually cut out from, right? That's what we're looking at for, right? So what am I doing now? I can see that this chart was pushing up. It was still pushing up here, but then it started crashing at around the zone. So what do I want to do? I just want to map out this, and this was actually where our line started dropping down. This was where we had a trend cut, right? Now, the remaining aspect of this stuff is what we call our what now? a trend extension. So what can I do now? I just start looking for the exact same thing again. Exact same thing. I come here, I look at this, right? We had a major rejection here, but chart never dropped back down, right? The next stop, what did we have? We noticed, okay, let me just map everything out. So we noticed a major rejection here. The chart never dropped back down, right? Noticed another major one here now. You can see, right? Another major stuff just around this range, right? And now what can we notice is happening on our chart? We notice that the chart is literally crashing back towards that range, right? Now, the very first entry of this stuff would have been around the zone, right? Just around the zone, right? This was the very first entry. If you see it, it dropped down and tapped on a zone here, after which it pushed towards the top like this, right? Would have caught some pips because on this stuff, we don't have to hold it forever, right? This is just meant for you to go into the trade, hold it for a max of like 30, 45 minutes, and you are out, right? Good. Now, what can we see now? We can see that this stuff is creating a second entry zone for us, which is usually better most of the time, right? Let's go on a 5 minutes time frame straight up like this. It's just going to show us a nice formation this time around, just like we're looking at it on a 15 minutes time frame. This time around, we're using the easiest method of it, which is on a 5 minutes time frame. Now, remember, I told you this exact stuff that we can easily just map out our chart like this, right? We can easily just map out a chart like this, and then we'll get it, right? On our 15 minutes time frame, yeah. But then if we want to see it even clearer to make sure that there are no errors at all, we can do it also on a 5 minutes time frame. And that's what we're having currently. We can see that the chart literally just tapped on our region. So all we are waiting for is a massive rejection candlestick, right? For the chart to push above this again and give us a nice closure, and we can simply go into our trade. Okay, so basically this is the account that we'll be using now, right? So this is a $5,000 account. This is just what we'll be using right now, right? You can just see that, the $5,000 account, right? So everything's looking very clean, and you can actually just see it right now. The link to this broker that we'll be using is already in the description box there. That's if you want to use it, right? So yeah, so let's just quickly zoom into our trades now, guys. Let's just quickly zoom into our trades. Okay, I just want to quickly use 0.5. I'll just go into 3 trades. Okay, let's say 4 trades. Let's see. 4 trades. I'm not planning on risking too much on this stuff. Let's just see how much you can pick out from the market, and that's it, right? Basically. So that's margin of about 400. Let me just add one more to it. It's fine. Let me just add one more to it. Okay, around this range. Now, for our stop loss, is actually very, very straightforward. We just look for the origin of where everything actually occurred before, which was here, right? You can still see our arrow pointing towards that direction. So I can just simply go there and place my stop loss just right below it, right? So basically, this is what we're having. You saw the exact way this strategy actually works, right? You just need to map out your base trend. After mapping out your base trend, you want to make sure that you are having, you want to check out where that base trend actually cuts out from, right? After which every other thing that occurs becomes your extension. From your extension, you just want to look for major rejections that are happening around your chart there. And from there, all you can simply just do is, or what they're calling it, wait for the chart to drop back down to where you're having your rejection. You storm into your trade on your 5 minutes time frame. Preferably you can decide to do it on 15 minutes time frame. It's just easier on 5 minutes time frame because you get to see everything. You can see the way we saw literally everything very clear and clean here, right? So after which, that's just it basically. So for the meantime, we just let this trade run and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so basically these are actually the updates that we're having, right? We're actually over 2,000 bucks now, by the way, over 2,000 bucks. Now, the reason why we just had to go into the trade also is because if I just shown you exactly how it works and just walked away, you won't fully understand how powerful this stuff is. So that's why I had to show you exactly how it works by going into the trade, even though we just closed this trade with the private channel and also the free just recently. And by the way, you can also use this broker, right? This broker that I'm using. I think there's over 2,000 bucks now, over 2,000 bucks. Yeah, that's what we're having currently. Looking very clean. It's looking very clean. Looking as clean as possible currently. So yeah. So yeah, basically this is it. So we just need to wait a little bit more for it to tap on our take profits there. and we just call it a day, right? Because we are supposed to go live again now, right? We're supposed to go live on YouTube again now. We can actually just wait a little bit more for this stuff to push towards the top around the zone. You can also leave anywhere around this region, of course, but let's just leave this trade. Let's just leave this trade so we can also have time to start a live stream now on YouTube. Okay, guys. So basically, let's just close all of these trades now. So boom. Boom. So that's about 2.4k. That's it. I just closed. You can keep monitoring the trade there. This is actually what you're having. You can actually see this looking very smooth, right? And then these are actually just the accounts. Everything looking as clean as possible. Yeah, you can just see everything looking as clean. And if you want to use this broker, the link is on YouTube channel. Just remember to hit on subscribe button, hit on like button, and also remember to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos I'll be dropping out from this place. So bye from me, guys. I'm Mr. P. Peace. Oh yeah, so the trade actually just hit. Look at that. You can see just push towards the top. It tapped just exactly on a level, and now it seems to be retracing, right? So that's it.